Return Access Bank's ₦1 billion donation, Sowore told federal government. Former presidential aspirant Omoyele Sowore has this morning taken on his Twitter account at Yele Sowore to demand that the federal government of Nigeria should immediately return the ₦1 billion which was donated by Access Bank, as the recent retrenchment of their staffs was proof that the donation was not made in good faith. Recall that Access Bank sometime in the month of March announced that they were donating the sum of ₦1 billion to the federal government to help in their fight against COVID-19 in Nigeria. However, just few weeks after making the said donation, the bank, through its group managing director, Mr. Herbert Wigwe, announced that they will be retrenching about 75% of their workers as a result of the economic crisis arising from COVID-19 pandemic. And so, over the weekend, about 340 Access Bank staffers were allegedly reported to have been relieved of their duties, resulting in a nationwide controversy as to why the bank donated the sum of ₦1 billion to the federal government just a few weeks ago, only to let go of their loyal workers. Reacting to this development, human rights activist and the founder of Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, has demanded that the federal government immediately return the ₦1 billion donated by Access Bank so as to enable them pay their workers, adding that these recent retrenchments points to the possibility that the donation was not made out of surplusage or in kindness. Thank you for listening to this news. You can see this is what I was saying earlier. I said it was as if I was ranting or I was noising. You can see how it's affecting the economy now. I said it that why the uh, why the lockdown is being called off, or why the lockdown is called off. Then that is when Nigerian will know what they have actually done to the economy. It they did not only affect the economy, but also they are now affecting unemployment, which is in fact a disaster, a very big disaster. This, in return, is going to cause lots of problem in Nigeria: theft, prostitution. In fact, a lot of things will be introduced into this country that, in fact, the federal government will start regretting for taking part in this lockdown. You can see even the economy of this country will drop drastically, that even the salaries of workers will be forced to be slashed down. Look at now, it has started from the banking sector, which is not supposed to be so. This is one of the sector that boosts the economy of the federal government, that contribute mostly in the growth of the federal government economy. What are we saying? This is, in fact, this is a disaster. A very big disaster is about to happen now. The federal government, if they love themselves, they should start doing something immediately. They should start doing something immediately. I'm telling you, this is wrong. I want to concur with Yele Sowore that the federal government, with immediate effect, return the ₦1 billion given to them by Access Bank. They should, because it's already affecting the sector. The same will still affect some other banks, because I know that they too did the same. I was lamenting then that the banks has committed an error by releasing such a whopping amount to the federal government, why the people banking for them are not having anything, are suffering, are suffering in deep poverty. I said it, but it was as if my mouth was smelling. Now it's happening. Look at Access Bank. Look at Access Bank, one of the fast-growing bank, now relieving them from their duties, relieving them from their duties. Is totally wrong. Please, this is this is causing this is going to cause a very big disaster. You can imagine the number of staffs that they have relieved of their duties. Where are they going to start from? Where are they going to start from? Where is the money? In fact, look at living from frying pan to fire. You can imagine, especially relieving them at this critical time, this time of lockdown. This is totally wrong. You see what the federal government is now causing. It's now causing. You see what people were saying, telling the federal government not to take part in this lockdown. You can imagine, as the lockdown is being called off. See, oh my God, this is a mess. This is a mess, and it's an insult to the highest level. How are these staffs going to survive? How will they survive? Please, 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 please. I plead with the federal government with so much plead. Please, let them return this money so that Access Bank will know will know the next line of action, because this decision of theirs is totally out of it. I'm not in support of this, and I will never be. I'm not in support of this. You can imagine where and what these staffs will be going through. You can imagine what they'll be going through. Even while the lockdown was on, not that they were paid. They were left with nothing. And now that they want to resume work, they are telling them that they have to leave their duties. This is an error to the highest level. I'm totally disappointed in the federal government. You can imagine, see what the administration of President Buhari is causing. This is what people were saying then, after his first term, that after his 100 days at the office, that's giving time, giving time, giving time. How do you expect him to do something meaningful after 100 days? Now 100 days is over. He completed his first tenure. Giving time. He's going to do it right in second term. Now the second term has come. Even the second term the second time became worse than the first time. You can imagine. I won't lie to you, I regretted operating for this kind of human being. I regretted taking part in this election. And disappointed. Totally disappointed. Please, viewers, let us with immediate effect start making our contributions, because this must not happen. These staffs must not be relieved of their duties. These staffs must be retained. How do they expect them to fend for their families? Where are they going to start from? Not that they have any money left aside to start up something. This is going to increase the level of poverty in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria, oh my God. Mr. President, you've never tried. You've never tried. Please, 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 please. I want to beg us to start doing something right away. President Buhari must not eat his cake and have it. Let's join Yele Sowore in this contest, in this protest, and make sure that these staffs are not relieved of their duties, and make sure that the federal government return this money back to Access Bank and any other banks that must have contributed to the federal government. This is my little contribution. So what is your comment concerning this news? Don't forget, it's of great importance. Don't forget to leave them behind.